Kentucky's Bee Supply and Honey Farm, LLC.
Today we're going to go through some hives. We're going to go through some over-winterization techniques that we use. These hives we did about 2 days ago. We put the moisture boards and insulation and the shims on them. I'll open up and show you how they're doing inside. There's pollen patties in them, see how well they're doing. You can see they're doing pretty well in their pollen patties. They're going to them. That'll be their feed throughout December. And then we'll get in December and we'll check on them and see how well they're doing. This one's about the same. They're doing real well. What we did is we just reduced them down to the size they needed to be. The space they weren't using, we just got rid of it. That's what we're going to go through on these next hives over here. We'll run you through how we do it. Start with this 3-story here. Alright, first thing I usually look at, I want to look up here and I want to see if the bees are up here. And you're not seeing many bees up here. So we'll start taking it down and seeing what we find. Alright, we're seeing more bees there. Looking like there's a lot more bees in that box. Let's take a look and see what they got for honey versus brood here. Where is it? Shot. Looks like that's mostly honey, capped honey and open honey. What I want to do is I want to assess how much honey versus brood they've got and give them just about the right amount so they don't get too cold versus how much honey got and they got for space to heat. Like most of this is going to be basically honey. Looks like we're getting basically all honey here. Most likely they're in this box here. So most likely they're in this box right here, mostly with the brood. We don't want to disturb them too much on a cold day like this. It's about 50 degrees out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look through them and kind of assess instead of just tearing them apart. I'm going to start with this frame here. It's the furthest away from the bunch. Looking like they got quite a bit of feed in this outside frame, which I'm guessing that's plenty if you go towards the center. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this box and see how heavy they are. If you've got enough feed, I'm just going to leave them alone. If it feels like to me it's pretty heavy. And there's a lot of bees down in there. I don't think we really need to mess with them. So I'm just going to set that back together. Say, okay, they're living in this box. There's plenty of brood there. Didn't see any brood up here. I'm going to shake the frames off and get the rest of the excess bees out. They don't need all this extra honey. Got plenty of honey in that box right there. give your bees too much room and too much feed, have a hard time heating it. Best to give them the least amount of feed they need and the least amount of room. Gives them the better chance of making it through the cold winter months. Now we're ready for our shim, pollen patties, and insulation, and moisture board. Good strong population starting off winter is a good thing to do. Make sure that shim's good down tight best we can. Try to get the shims about the best you can, tight down. They'll seal it up. Get it sealed up before the really bad weather sets in. Moisture board we carry has a black side, moisture side down towards the bees. And insulation. Make sure you put plenty of weight on these or strap them down. Winter winds will blow them off, and that's the worst time to find out. Come out and find your beehive with the lid off of it. All right, we'll go ahead and go through this two-story here. See what they got. Alright, looks like they're living up top pretty good. Assuming they have brood up in here. Go ahead and take a look though and make sure. Start with our frame here. A little more smoke. Just a little bit of honey in that frame. What I'm doing is I'm assessing how much honey they've got. This is how much brood they got. You see here this rim of honey they had where they had the brood. Now they're filling it in. They got a lot of uncapped honey. Uncapped honey can be a problem in the winter. It can have a lot of moisture problems. So that's kind of one of the things you got to watch out for. Having too much uncapped can cause a problem. And they're really filling it in up top here. Like they filled that in pretty good too. A lot of uncapped honey. Alright, found some brood. See if I can spot the queen. Most likely going to be on this frame. Check the next frame over real quick. See right there's an emerged queen cell. Must have raised a queen. There she is right there. Right there. And we know where she's at. Take it easy and put them back together. I like to try to put the hive together the way it was. Bees have everything where they know they need to have it. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes you got to do a little rearranging for them. Looks like they got a lot of honey up here. So I'm going to try to leave it on them. Now let's go downstairs and see what they got down here. Now they don't got a lot down there. I'm guessing they don't have. Let's just take a quick peek at a couple frames here. We know where the queen's at, so we don't have to be too careful. Most likely she did not come down here. Yeah, it's pretty open. There's not a lot down here. Yep, it's all empty. They're just using it to get back and forth. What we're going to do is we're going to break this loose. I'm just going to switch them. Good and fast. Makes it easy. Now all I got to do is get these bees in the hive. Moisture board. Alright, this hive's ready to wrap. About a week and a half, 2 weeks here. Usually like to wait till the middle of November. The bees are where they're needing to be. They're good and cold, they won't get too hot, and we'll start raising a lot of bees. But all we do for our overwinterization is pretty straightforward. Just got to make sure that your bees got enough room just to occupy and enough feed just for them to get through. You give them too much feed, it gets cold. You got to make sure that they're in the right areas. One-story hive, they got to be up towards the top here. That's why we're reducing them. Too many bees in a two-story. You want to get the hive living up in here. You want to make sure a brood's up in here and make sure that they're up there living. That keeps them warm up there. They get through the winter the best. That concludes our class today on how to overwinter bees. That's what we do. I'm Kenny.
And I'm Kim from Lappy's Bee Supply and Honey Farm, LLC.
Happy beekeeping.